Hello, Alert Program friends, fans, and colleagues. Let's talk Zoom fatigue. And the first thing I want to say is, in Zoom's defense, is it's not fair to lay all the blame on them because we know it can be exhausting. That whether you're doing visits with friends, whether you're doing work meetings, whether you're learning online, our brains are really literally working overtime in ways they haven't had to do before for periods of time no one ever saw coming. And so we found an interesting article by an author, Julia Schuyler, about Zoom fatigue and how taxing it is on the brain. And here's why that happens. I'll read a little bit from her article and you can check out the link below if you want to dive into some more information. Humans communicate even when they're quiet. During an in-person conversation, the brain focuses partly on the words that are being spoken, but it also derives additional meaning from dozens of nonverbal cues, such as whether someone's facing you, whether they're turned slightly to the side, or if they're fidgeting while you talk, or if they take a quick inhale in looking like they're preparing to interrupt you. That those are all signals that we often get in different ways. And so it's a great quote where she reminds us that the brain starts to become really overwhelmed by all this unfamiliar excess stimuli that's going on, and we're supposed to have that going on and be hyper-focused while we're in these meetings without those nonverbal cues. Basically scanning, trying to find the cues, and we just can't find them. So in the article, what's really great is they go into that there's a lot of research that shows that we actually really struggle with this. That a gentleman, Andrew Franklin, who's an assistant professor of cyber psychology, which I didn't even know was a thing, how cool is that, at Virginia's Norfolk State University, and he talks a lot about that in the article. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and take a peek. But what I do know is you already know what happens when you're sitting and trying to focus during a video call, because we've all been there. It's really hard to stay alert, energized, follow the conversation and the content, interact appropriately. We have time delays. We have all kinds of stuff that's going on that's making it super challenging for us to navigate, bobbing and weaving this whole communication online thing, right? It's really draining. Oftentimes we feel that after we're done with the call or even during it, really, it's really draining. It takes a lot of energy. Many of us have alert levels that go into really low gear because it just almost seems kind of boring. We kind of space out. It's hard to maintain our focus. A lot of others of us feel kind of frazzled. We go into high alert. We're worried we have to get our point in, and can we make our point in the limited time of the call and get our information out there? All those things are going on. And so you might imagine that here at the Alert Program, we have a really unique take on that. And we have some unique suggestions. Because you might be fidgeting on a call. You might be doing things that you find yourself doing already as you're on these calls. And we want you to know there's a reason for that. And that you're trying to help yourself to stay alert and to keep alert in order to be able to focus better. And that just seems kind of weird and odd, and many of us don't have that information. So as you think about this, during a call, you might find yourself doing something like playing with paper clips. And I know they're like, we don't have a ton of paper clips around in our home offices all the time, but definitely they're a great fidget, and they kind of have an office-related component, which I feel can be valuable in case you were seen fidgeting in the camera shot and you didn't mean to be. You may find yourself playing with your jewelry, like turning the ring on your finger as your hands are below the camera view that you have during your meeting. You may have a critter in your house, a dog or a cat, and you may end up petting them, under the table kind of thing, right? And then playing with pens is a really common one, and because if we click a pen on an online call, that's kind of distracting because we're making a noise. That's not going to cut it. But I have this great pen that is a twisty pen, so it twists in and out. And what I notice when I'm on a call is that I end up kind of twisting that and playing with that as I'm listening. So that whole reason of why we fidget, a lot of us aren't even aware of it. but it is really important, and we have a lot of great strategies that we can share with you to help you to be able to know why that fidgeting works for you, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, what's going to fit your situation. Now, before and after the video calls, same kind of thing. Many of the experts, lots of articles might say, oh, make sure that you move before and after you're doing all that sitting. Well, yes, of course, but what kind of movement would we do? How much movement should I do? I only have 2 minutes between when I have to get ready for the next thing and what I'm doing now, and I have to make sure that I've gotten all my other breaks in. And so really diving into the reasons for why we want to move and why that movement helps us to stay alert and get to being alert if we're not there already. So before and after, a lot of people are, we would here at the alert program take a look at suggesting for a lot of people taking the break for sure, maybe getting a drink, maybe getting a snack, doing your movement, careful on the drinks, make sure whatever kind of work you got to do afterwards, you're being cautious there. But the movement category especially, it's really important that in the alert program we really dive into what you can do, when you want to insert that, how you know what's going to be customized and refined for you. So while you're already doing a lot of these things, here's your proof. It might be working for you at some level. In the alert program, we're going to help you understand the reasons why it's working, and we'll give you more tools that are going to help you to focus. So you've heard some of these recommendations, and all of those are nice. But here at the alert program, we really want to dive into it further so that you can have all kinds of effective tools and that will support you being able to be alert, attentive, and as focused as possible on all these things. And especially in the movement category, know that here at the alert program, we want to take a step further in helping you to use all kinds of good strategies for whatever you're doing online. Check it out at alertprogram.com.